Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches! Episode 190. Tonight we're reviewing Acrimony.
I'm sorry.
Tyler Perry's Acrimony.
Tyler Perry's Acrimony.
Oh boy. Oh, we were so excited for this.
This movie was baffling.
Baffling. Well, so first off, I think it should be retitled. Tyler Perry's Acrimony, a play in 7 acts.
It did. Well, I was there's so much to talk about.
So much.
So it starts and we're at a litigation for a restraining order / divorce / I guess you can just do everything at once when you're in court, right? You can just like...
Well, it starts and it's just the restraining order.
I know.
We didn't know. We'll get there.
We didn't know yet. So then you get Taraji P Henson just staring down someone across the room as the judge is like, if you violate this restraining order, that's it, you're going to jail. And she's just staring down. And we're like, okay, I'm into it. What is this? And then she has to go to a therapist for anger management. Yep. And we get a whole monologue. Oh this God. Was like straight out of a play. It was just like one shot, camera facing her on the couch as she talks to off-camera voice and is like, oh, you want to hear the whole story? Oh, I'll tell you the whole story. That's right. And she then, oh boy.
So then the entire movie is just voiceover.
So it flashes back to the day that she met him. And it's the 90s? Based on the chunky shoes.
Sure.
It was the 90s.
But the technology was like more 80s, but whatever.
The most accurate thing in this movie was the chunky 90s heels.
Yes. Her shoes were terrible.
Always terrible.
Always terrible.
Until she got the divorce, and then she really upgraded.
Yes, she did. We'll get there. So, okay, oh my God, this movie was insane. Yeah. This movie was insane. Mm-hmm. First things first.
Right.
Wine sponsor wink. You need it. It's $20 off your first month. You'll use it for this movie.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
That was so different. You're usually so robotic about it. Wine sponsor wink. $20 off. You're just gonna drink it.
This movie.
Oh my God. Well, so it flashes back.
Yeah.
To different actors. Young him and her, right?
Voiceover. I always had trouble with the water.
And in the rain. Crazy shit always happened to me in the rain.
It's raining really hard. I don't know, but crazy shit happens to me in the rain. Around water.
Anyway, so she's in the rain, walking, and she gets bumps into.
They bump into each other. Oh, but she looks like the little boy from It. She's got like the big yellow rain slicker on, and she's just like headlong into this guy. They bump into each other. Papers go everywhere, and she's like, "Fuck you, man!" She's like immediately very angry.
Yeah.
No! Damn! No! Damn, watch what you're doing! Move, you idiot! Don't bump into me!
Crazy angry.
So I was like, oh, she's had these anger problems pre him. This is just something she's been struggling with her whole life. But that's not her perspective of things.
No. Oh, wait. So it starts and it goes big, bold letters, acrimony. And then definition. Now, there's like a whole dictionary.
It's a thesaurus.
Right? There's like 20 different frickin' definitions and words. So it's like a thesaurus. Yeah.
It starts and it's acrimony. Definition. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Then
Rage.
No. Then a solid hour passes. Maybe an hour 15 passes. And we get our second title card, which is like revenge, or I forget. It was some other $3 word or whatever. And, this definition. And then it like became this play all of a sudden after an hour of this weird draw. And
then there were like 4 more within the next 40 minutes.
Oh,
it was oh, okay.
It was so weird, like a theme that you then forget about and then bring,
oh, okay, this is going to happen a lot now.
Very uneven. So anyway, so we're in the flashback And I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to flash back and forth. We're going to go back to her therapy session. Oh, and she's going to be a real sassy bitch. I'm going to be like, yes, Taraji P Henson, you look great, by the way.
Yes.
And then we'll flash back to young them and flash back to her. No, she is purely in voiceover for the next hour. And I genuinely thought, oh shit, they didn't know how to make this movie work. They filmed an entire movie with these young actors, and Tyler Perry went, hey, Taraji, will you come in for a day and sit on this couch and read a monologue and then just do like 2 days of VO for the rest of the movie? I genuinely thought that's what happened.
I mean, that might be part of like what happened.
No,
because
like the whole third act is her.
Well, right. That's true.
That's not what happened. But
no.
it was getting to the point where I was
an hour into this movie, I said, oh, so is Taraji P Henson just not in this movie?
At all. It was insane.
How dumb is this? Oh God, this looks desperate. There I was, sitting outside of a man's house. I already knew he was lying. It was in my damn gut.
So the whole flashback sequence is this real weird thing about how this guy that she bumped into, then they fall in love, and her sisters kept telling
advantage of her.
Well, right.
This was weird.
Yeah.
This was weird. So she is telling the story as if he is the devil.
A little bit, yeah.
He is the most evil person who completely tricked her. Now, I'm not saying he's a good person or a good husband or a useful, productive member of society, but, he's just sort of a loser.
Yeah.
She's acting like he is straight up like an abusive, horrible, manipulative, like, asshole.
Like he manipulated her into trying to like have some brilliant plan of like using her to then finally make it big, and then he was never going to have any need for her. And that's not what happened.
No, it was like as if he was a mastermind.
Right.
And he was just an idiot.
Yeah.
So that was what was like, well, and I guess that's from her perspective and she's telling the story. But it was like, no, this is confusing. Things happen quickly in Tyler Perry movies. So they meet, she hates him.
Yep.
But then they fall in love.
Yep.
Her mom dies.
Yep.
He seduces her by being nice to her. He's sort of a loser asshole, yet she keeps going back to him.
It's true.
Both their faults. Not great.
Yep.
And then she catches him cheating on her.
Yep. This was great. This was really great.
Oh, hey there. How are you?
Hey there. How are you? Wait. Why the hell was he talking to me like that?
He lives in a trailer on cement blocks.
Yeah.
She gets his trailer. They have a full Jack and Rose Titanic moment in the window.
Oh. And then she just goes like rage, and she rams her Jeep into his trailer. Not once.
Oh, she knocks it over, backs up, knocks it over again until it rolls over.
It flips over, but it then lifts up her Jeep, and then we find out.
Oh boy. Things happen so quickly. So the two people in the trailer, fine. Totally cool. The girl he's fucking runs off. He's like, oh my God, how can I help you? She's bleeding from her nose. And then in VO, we find she goes, and I was in such a state of shock, I didn't even realize that I'd hit the steering wheel. And I had internal bleeding. And then they had to give me an emergency hysterectomy. And you're like, oh my God, what?
I didn't know I slammed my body against the steering wheel so hard.
She fell. Okay, and it wasn't just me, but everyone saw her fall on her butt, right?
And then she's like, and then I was sterile.
Tyler Perry does like to punish women.
Yeah.
And, oh, you did something mild. You have AIDS. Oh, and you now have a hysterectomy. You're sterile. You can't have children. I hope you're punished. Like, it's like aggressive.
It was, and it was weird to me. This movie was strange. I didn't understand the message or the point.
You never will.
So, like, was her sin that she was acrimonious?
Yes.
Okay.
Her bitterness and her rage
were what led to her downfall.
Yeah.
She should have stood by her man and worked 80-hour weeks until the end of time.
Or just enjoyed that check that he gave her.
Oh, well, later on.
Fucked off.
Sure. But she still wouldn't have been able to have kids because her previous rage.
Right.
So, despite this, she then takes him back.
Yes.
And they get married. and she buys him a car.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Yeah. She gave him everything that he wanted. Mm-hmm. Oh, right, so the whole thing is that he's in school.
Tree.
Exactly. He's in school to be an engineer, I guess, or something. And then
an inventor?
He invents, right? And then he invents this self-charging battery.
No, I mean, for 20 years he does.
Well, no, for like a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
He's trying to perfect his battery.
Right.
And then...
Did you think this movie would be about batteries? Because it is. I'm going to say 37% of this movie is talking about batteries. Just straight up batteries.
Oh, nothing, baby. I've been working on my batteries.
Okay, well, you haven't called me in 2 days.
So anyway.
We talk about the green screen.
Yes, we did talk about it.
This is when I lost my goddamn mind.
My goddamn mind.
So it's in one of the flashbacks. They're on the banks of a river. What city were they supposed to be in?
Philadelphia?
I was never sure where we were.
/ LA.
Yeah, it was confusing.
Yes.
So there is maybe the worst green screen shot I've seen in a movie in I don't know how long. It's like a rear projected. It's like in old timey movies where they were like, I'm driving out here, and there's just like a really like high speed, crazy, rear projection behind them. And you're like, well, this looks terrible. I guess that's all they could do. It was 1962, And this is like, no, it's 2018. What happened?
This was so
bizarre. So basically, they're walking forward, and there's just like a horrific green screen in the background that's not changing or moving with them at all, so it looks hilariously bad. I mean, it was next level.
Insane. Because I'm actually not very good at like spotting green screen. Like there's a lot of times where I'll be like, oh yeah, sure, that was, whatever. I was like, but this is a green screen.
I mean, we were laughing hysterically out loud in the theater. It might have been embarrassing for the audience members that didn't notice that it was green screen. That's how bad it was. And then at some point later, same weird shot. But there's clearly it's an empty room with green screen and a tiny bench, like a public bench that wouldn't exist, a love seat bench, just a teeny tiny little bench, a little baby bench that you'd have in your backyard. Oh, isn't that cute? And they're walking towards it, and it's a real world angle where they look like they're floating in space. And then they sit down on this little baby tiny bench. Oh boy, was it funny.
Oh my god, it was so stupid.
Well, so I was sitting there going, this is insanity. This is pure insanity. I don't I can't comprehend this. I looked it up. This movie was shot in 8 days.
That's insane.
That's a fact. 8 days? It was like 3 locations and green screen.
They sent a second unit out to film while they were already editing the other.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they edited for 3 days. I don't know.
Oh my god. So his fucking battery.
Right. So yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. So we're in this flashback, and there's like a ticker there's a counter of all of her money that her mom left her. And how she keeps
doing the accounting.
Spending the money.
It was like $250,000. No, $750,000.
$300,000.
It's $300,000
and change.
Yeah.
And it keeps ticking down. She pays for his college. She pays for his car. He apparently does not have a job for 20 years, which I found to be insane.
This is okay.
She's working 3 jobs.
Yep.
He is at home working on his battery?
For 20 years? Jerking off? I don't know. That was what really got frustrated. Okay, so it really broke down for me when he has graduated, done all this stuff. He's finished, he has a working prototype for his battery. Holy eureka, darling. I finished the battery. It works. Isn't this amazing? We're going to be rich like I finally told you. They had this whole dream of living in this penthouse, blah, blah, blah.
With the boat, with the yacht, the Mrs. Gale.
It'll come back. Water. So he finishes the battery while they're still young, and then proceeds to stalk relentlessly, mail, call, etc. just one single company. Peabody, what was it?
Oh,
Peterson?
I know who you are. Will you please stop calling and writing letters? That's not how this works. It won't get you seen. It's a lottery system for a reason.
I know.
What did that company do?
I couldn't tell you.
Investments?
But like, right, maybe? Or in I couldn't tell you. It was so bizarre, and what was so confusing to me...
It was as if it was the only company
in the entire world.
Any sort of proposal on batteries.
Yeah. It was so weird, because he put all of his eggs into this Peterson basket.
For 20 years. That was what was crazy.
That was what was crazy, and that was what was so annoying, and like, I was like, I fully understand where she's coming from. This is utter nonsense.
But then like, I wanted her to be like, let's send letters, let's do this, let's send it out to people.
Well, yeah, let's
I'll be your business manager because clearly you're an idiot.
Sure, let's call up GE. Let's call, like, what the actual fuck? Energizer, I literally don't give a fuck, but call someone else other than this goddamn company. And then what is he doing in the meantime? How often is he calling them? Like, this is his full-time job? He's not doing anything else? Oh, we forgot he couldn't get a job because he had a felony when he was 15.
Right. I mean, he could get a job. It wouldn't be a good one. But
it'd be a job.
He could be a busboy.
I hated this. It was like so frustrating and so stupid.
Well, so we spent all this time with these younger thems. So then mid voiceover, she's waking up, walking to the bathroom, and then she goes, and suddenly you look in the mirror and 10, 15 years have passed as they are very awkward. This was so, I mean, you were there when I reacted, but the young her takes a washcloth very awkwardly and widely goes, aha. And then all of a sudden it's Taraji P Henson doing the same thing and I went, ah! Out loud in the theater. And it may or may not have been embarrassing for the audience members that also didn't scream because it was terrifying. It was like, creepy. I guess Taraji's not in this movie. Oh, she is. She's here. Oh
boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We haven't talked about her sisters.
Oh no. Oh my god. Right. So all along she has these two sisters that are just always so controlling and always so like belittling.
Well, one of them's a real bitch.
Yeah.
Who I loved. And one of them is like, well, come on, Karen.
And yeah, let's not be that mean, Karen.
Yeah. I don't think her name was Karen.
Whatever.
But it is now.
So you cheat on her. You take her money. She buys you a car, and you do that? She better be all right. That's all I know, you know? Just get out!
During the flashback, he's cheated on her. She ran him over. Well, she ran his trailer over. She got her hysterectomy.
Oh, right.
They broke up. Then he asked her to marry him, and that ring.
Oh my god. As
in like a gazebo. Oh, and he opens up the ring box, and the woman in front of us goes, "Oh no, that looks like a ring pop." No.
And it did. It was worse than a ring pop. It looked like a jelly ring with like a daisy or something that you would find like in an Easter egg.
Pretty Princess.
Yeah.
You know, oh, they've got this out of the game. Remember Pretty Princess? No. You never played Pretty Princess? Oh, it was great. It's like Candyland, except instead of, going to the different Candylands, you collect jewelry. It's a really good message for young girls. I get the tiara. Well, I got the ring. It's bad. But I loved it.
Sure.
So we flash forwarded. Here's Taraji.
Yep.
It's the same.
Yep, she's still working.
He's still a loser. She has the same job.
Except two things have changed.
Yes.
One, the girl that he cheated on her with all those years ago.
Yes.
For some weird, strange reason, is now the VP or some way, shape, or form involved with this company.
So I've been sending letters to Prescott here for years, telling him about my bad remembrance school, what I was working on.
She takes over for the person he's been mailing letters to for 20 years.
Yeah, at Peterson or wherever the fuck.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
So he meets back up with her. This was bizarre.
Yeah.
They meet and he's like, oh my god, it's you. And she's like, oh great, it's you. And he's like, I got this thing. And she goes, it's a lottery. I can't take unsolicited advice. Here's my card. Maybe we can have coffee, but like cool your jets, bro.
Yeah.
The next scene, he gets a phone call that's from the security office from the company that says there's a restraining order. If you come within 20 feet of anybody, blah, 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 like, leave us alone, fuck you, basically, bye. And I was like, oh, shit, she was not having it. But then, supposedly, in a scene that they didn't film, ran out of time, question mark, didn't have the green screen for that day, they do meet at the coffee shop. And because her daddy was a truck driver, that was more for the daddy part, not the truck driver part.
But like her daddy was a truck driver. It was like a weird...
It was like, her wallet was in my car because her daddy was a truck driver and she just wanted to be in the truck and it was like, ugh, what?
And she got into the truck because her daddy was some kind of driver, something like that. And her wallet fell out of her purse.
That was such a weird...
It was just weird. We never saw it.
We never saw it.
For all we know, she was like, fuck you, stay away from me. And then all of a sudden, it was like, oh no, actually.
Well, okay. So there were two things that happened, though. So we saw fuck you, stay away from me. I think what they were trying to do was then she has her assistant pull up all of the files and letters and videos that he has sent, which are all terrible, that he's sent over the years, and she becomes obsessed with it.
I guess.
Which... I guess it's because she's still in love with him, or she really likes him.
Apparently he's very good in bed. Unlike her new boyfriend.
We'll get there. They made it seem like new girlfriend left her purse in his truck intentionally.
Yeah.
And you're like,
maybe she did.
Oh, maybe.
I wish that had become a thing.
Exactly.
He convinces her to mortgage the house.
Yep.
Even though they own it outright.
Yep, but now she's going to foreclose on the house.
It's going to be foreclosed. So the two sisters and both of their husbands come to both of them and say, we have a plan. Yeah. We own these trucks.
These delivery trucks.
And we work for a delivery company that delivers anything under the sun. And we've talked to our boss and he'll give us
an
advance on our salaries if you become a driver because you're a reliable person who's had a job for 20 years. And we're not late to one delivery and we don't miss one thing and then otherwise we'll lose our trucks because they're up for collateral and we have to make all of these things. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. So then of course, on the day that he has to make the big delivery to the biggest client and it's fish. So it definitely has to be there on time. They also deliver fish. Just in case you were wondering. Frozen fish. In crates. So he gets the phone call from Company Peterson, not sure. We've got a time for you.
It has to be 11:30
right now. He easily could have said, you know what, can it be 2?
Right.
That'd be cool. I'm at work.
Can it be 12:30?
I'm at work right now.
Right? So he goes, oh God, does it have to be 11:30? And she goes, are you kidding me? And it's like, no, I'm working. You called me out of the blue.
So he, of course, turns his truck around, misses the delivery, ruins everybody's life.
Yep.
To go get his battery, to bring it in, to show to the company.
And the guy gave him an offer of $800,000.
That's right.
For everything. And he's like, I can't take it.
I mean, good on him. That was a good business decision.
It was a very good business decision.
He should have just made that decision after having made the delivery, said, hey guys, I gotta take the afternoon off because I got this important meeting I gotta go to, and then gone.
Yes. Also, he should have tried to sell it to a different company 18 years ago. What was his plan?
When? He's an idiot.
Yes. He has been trying to sell his battery to this single company for 18 years.
Yeah,
he finally gets a meeting with them where he gets an offer from them. The man says, this is my final this is the only offer you're going to get for me.
Yeah.
This is it. $800,000. Take it or leave it. He says, can't do it. I'm leaving it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to
8 other companies and say, this guy offered me $800,000. What you gonna offer me?
Why didn't you do that 18 years ago? He's like, this is worth at least $1 billion, and I want, these. He didn't have a lawyer. He didn't have a representation. I guess why would he? Because he couldn't afford it. But I don't know. This was too much for me. Anyway,
I love that all like the business things really got under your skin.
I have a business degree.
I know, but it really got under your skin. I was like, what's this garbage green screen? But
Baby, I didn't do anything!
So Taraji kicks him out because she says, you could have taken the $800,000 and saved the house, but you didn't. Kicks him out, says, fuck you. The sisters convince her to get a quickie divorce.
Yep.
Tries to move on with her life. Starts dating the guy she used to date before she dated him when she was like 16. I was like, well.
That seems weird. Nonsense,
are there only 8 people in this town?
Apparently there's only one company and there's only 8 people, but
although
the delivery company.
Everybody she dated, jacked.
Yes.
It was like, I haven't had a job for 20 years, but I've been going to the gym for 6 hours a day. It was like, what the fuck? He was like, huh.
Yeah.
Jacked. And then her new boyfriend looked like a football. I mean, he was jacked. And then
but bad in bed, apparently.
Apparently very bad in bed.
Selfish.
We find out.
All these selfish men.
Robert mastered my body. He knew my curves. He knew how I liked it slightly to the left. You know what I found out? The truth always comes when a man comes.
But at least the husband knew that she liked it a little to the left.
Yeah, the VOs were very detailed. So they break up. He's living in a homeless shelter. He's living at the YMCA, and old girlfriend calls him up and says, well, you waited long enough. You got him by the balls. So-and-so says he's going to give you
another
$1 billion? $500 million?
It was $75 million.
Yeah. Plus
like, that was just a licensing fee.
Yeah.
You still retain all the rights and like whatever.
The back end or what, you were still going to make money off of this.
Exactly. So she takes him in though before that. She's like, you can't live in a homeless shelter.
When he takes the sexy bath.
Sexy?
I mean, it was supposed to be sexy. So this stranger, who they explain has bed bugs and has been living at the YMCA, she sits outside the room staring at the wall while in the background he has a sexy bath in her like metal ceramic bathtub.
This weird bathtub with like these like CVS bottles.
Oh, it was like suave at best.
Yeah.
So she and him have this real weird conversation where he's just taking a bath. He's an adult man taking a bath in front of her. But not in a sexy way.
It was unclear what her motivations were. Was it that she saw from the videos that he had...
I think his, like, dick was so good from 20 years ago. I mean, he was apparently very good in bed.
Apparently. She was just dickmatized and that was it.
Apparently.
20 years later, she saw it in again and was like, I'm getting that dick.
You tell me.
I don't know. What I feel like, I mean, this is reading a lot into it, but I think what happened was that she was like, I'm going to look at this video.
Yeah.
She saw it and was like, oh, I think there might actually be something here.
Uh-huh.
I can get in on it.
As a businesswoman.
Right. I can hook him up, get in his pants.
Right.
Hook myself up, and get a...
You don't think she loved him?
I don't think she didn't love him.
Right.
But I think that perhaps...
She saw an opportunity.
Exactly. I'm going to leave my wallet in her thing and break up his marriage. I don't know.
I wish it had been that. I wish it had been
Me too. I want to steal all of this stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
I see. Then it would have been a slightly more like, oh, I get why Taraji's so pissed.
Exactly.
Because like, oh,
because this bitch literally stole her life.
Like that would have been more interesting.
Yes. So he gets the $75 million. And I'm like, okay, this motherfucker better write her a check for at least $35 million.
Right. He shows up one day at her office and is like, I gotta tell you something. I got these roses. I still love you. Here's a check for $10 million. Bloop. And then leaves. And she's like, what the fuck? She brings him the $10 million check. She plops it down on the kitchen table.
Oh my God. That is so sweet. We ain't never had this kind of money.
Wow.
Bitch, we? What?
Yeah.
Taraji realizes like, what the fuck am I doing? I want to get back with him.
Yeah.
So she just like drops the mic on her whole family. She goes around the table. She goes to her sister's husband. She goes, well, everybody knows that you have a baby out of town. Everyone knows what everyone says about you, that you're gay. I mean, she implies that he's gay.
She implies that he's gay.
But her sister's husband is gay. I mean, this was like a we're never going to talk again moment. And then she points at her boyfriend and she goes, and you've got a little dick. Blam! Leaves the house.
You are horrible. In bed, you snore, and you are too big to have such a little dick.
It was so good.
It was really great. It was really great.
I mean, that was like, I'm never talking to you again.
Right?
Like, that
you ruined my life, so now I'm gonna ruin yours.
That was not we could probably move on from this revelation.
No, it's like, you got a fucking baby out of town with someone else.
Yeah.
You're homosexual,
Obviously,
which we called from the beginning.
Oh my God, young him. Yeah. Young actor him, we were like, so he's homosexual.
This is my boyfriend, Casey.
Hi, man. Nice to meet you, man.
So then she goes to get him back at the penthouse.
Oh, she wears her sexiest lingerie and pushes her way into the apartment. He's wearing a tuxedo, and she seems to think that that's just what rich people wear, because she's just like, oh yeah, let's get like...
You dress up good.
You're clearly not going anywhere, but it's cool, let's fuck. And then we find out that he has, in the meantime, I mean, this seemed weird, that, did they just get engaged? Anyway,
Well, it was confusing as to how long it was in between him giving her the check, her blooping
I think it was
the
same day.
You think it was all the same day?
I think it was the same day. That's why it was insane.
Well, so then we also don't know how long it had been between
the divorce.
$75 million, the divorce, the $75 million, and the $10 million. But didn't he tell her when he gave her the $10 million that he still loved her?
Yes.
So why would he tell her that?
It was deaf the same day, because she goes, bloop, here's the check, drop the mic, and then it was like, here I am going over to his apartment.
I guess.
Why she wouldn't sit on that check for like 3 weeks? It seemed like the same day. This movie was shot in 8 days,
well,
so I'm going to assume it was on the same day.
It was...
But anyway, she goes over there, is like, hey, Robert, let's get back together.
Oh no, the girl that you cheated on me with is now your, what? Fiance?
Oh, that was cold. She goes, oh, hi, I'm Robert's fiance. Oh, that ring! Oh, it was,
I would have been here for it to actually be that this bitch was just like, no, I've wanted him the whole fucking time.
Yep.
You got in the way, and now I found a way back in, and he's mine now, bitch.
And he's a billionaire. Yes,
right.
That would have been insane.
With her help.
With her help.
But yes. Oh wait, we didn't talk about. So she goes to see him in this penthouse apartment during the day later on, or they're having a meeting with that stupid wedding planner nonsense scene.
She's having a meeting with him, and she goes, can we talk about this later? And he goes, yes, of course. Walks off camera away from the door, and I was like, they're just not going to shoot him leave. He went all the way around. And he exited, okay.
He had to go over the cables.
I genuinely thought they were just going to be like, fuck it, it's fine. He went out the other way. Then there was like a long period where she's just like Facebook stalking them. Yep. We finally catch up to the beginning deposition where it's like, oh, you've been harassing them and all these things.
Yes, and sues him for half of what he's gotten.
Yeah.
Because when they were married, she fully supported him, paid for his education, paid for all of the costs and expenses of developing this product. If I were her lawyer, I would argue that she needs at least 80%.
Yeah.
She funded the development of this entire product and therefore is entitled. Mind you, that was also done while they were married.
Yep.
So in probably a good chunk of states, she would be entitled to that. Then, the other argument that they presented was that the deal for the battery that he had struck had started while they were married. Which is true, because he went and took a meeting with the guy that he ultimately sold it to. This, to me, was like an open and shut case.
But then the judge is like, well, he didn't even have to give you that $10 million. I've never seen such generosity. So no, you can't have any of it. You're garbage.
That's ridiculous. It is apparent to the court that Mr. Gale has been more than fair.
Ex-husband's lawyer is like, also, sir, Your Honor, we'd like to present this other case in front of you, because that's how courts work.
That's frustrating. It was shot in 8 days, Andrew. They had the set, they had the court set, they had to film it all.
You seem to be a judge who hates our...
We can't bother wasting time changing their outfits and pretend it's a different day. That would take hours. That's a large percentage of our entire shooting schedule. So, no, we can't.
This case is dismissed.
Also, Your Honor, there's another matter on the docket. Mrs. Moore has been harassing the future Mrs. Gale.
So she is Facebook stalking them. She's growing angrier and angrier and all these things.
Well, because there's posts of like everything that she wants,
right?
Or that they had talked about,
love.
everything
Here's
they dreamed
the jewelry.
of. Yeah.
Here's my yacht. Called them Mrs. Gale that I promised you 20 years ago. What, bitch? Oh, and here's the wedding dress that I was gonna pick. All of those things. And then she goes, remember she goes to the wedding dress shop?
Yes. Oh my God. How did we not talk about this? Oh my God. So she goes to the wedding dress shop and she's like, oh no, I'm just looking around. And then for some strange reason, there's just a rack of dresses for this wedding party.
No, I think it was just like everyone who was ordered a custom dress.
Oh, maybe.
Like it was like a rack of like
orders.
Ready to go order dresses.
That's just out there for the public to peruse.
Yeah.
She finds the dress, opens up the bag, and then pours like a lab bottle.
Oh, it was huge. There's no way it wouldn't have shown in her purse. I mean, it was like comically large.
Of sulfuric acid.
It was so bad. She started smoking. What'd she do with that bottle? Just drop it on the floor. I mean, it was hilarious. Hilariously large.
And then also so stupidly like, oh, and then no one was gonna catch you?
She was like, bye.
Right?
I mean, obviously there was a camera.
Exactly. It was so obvious.
Well, I mean, they did. She went to court.
Exactly. They were like, she ruined my dress. So it's fine. It was out of season anyway.
No, that's not what she said.
Oh, no. What?
She goes, oh, it's fine. I
right.
didn't fit it in anyway with the baby on the way. Bitch! I mean, what?
Because you're sterile and I'm not. That's what I'm telling you. Like, they needed to make it clearly more intentional.
Yeah.
At least for us.
Yes.
As an audience member.
Yes. We haven't talked about Nina Simone.
Oh.
So his only character trait, other than batteries, I'm an idiot, is that he loves Nina Simone. I mean, you tell me, did he have another character trait?
No.
And he introduces her to Nina Simone, and it's their sex music. And he always has a record player with Nina Simone. And when she kicks him out of the house, and his pile of garbage that he's collected over 20 years, which is just a small pile of garbage, is his Nina Simone records that he it's like the jerk. He's like, oh, I'll take this one. And that one, maybe his record player, a couple other things. I guess I'll just leave now. I'm walking out with this bit. Oh, don't forget that one. It was real weird.
It was so weird.
Then we get to the conclusion of the movie, because it really ramped up. The first hour, I was like, this is certainly bad, but I thought this movie was going to be crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and then, oh boy, did it pick up and get crazy.
Well, that's when all of the dictionary cards kept showing up.
Taraji has changed into her revenge wig.
Yes.
Which looked great.
Great.
By the way.
Oh, yeah. The budget was $15 million, 80% of which went to Taraji P Henson, as it should have. I don't actually know that.
And her wigs.
Yeah. And her wigs.
They're going on their honeymoon. They've gotten married. They're on the yacht that's supposed to be her yacht. The new wife, who's pregnant, supposedly, is wearing, like, straight up a Bond girl outfit.
Yes.
It's like a bra.
That's like attached through the middle.
I mean, I guess it is what you would wear on a yacht.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at it.
Wasn't mad at it. Found it confusing.
Sure.
So they're enjoying their honeymoon, lounging.
Look at the stars.
Oh,
here there's this table with the same goddamn record player
with the Nina Simone album on the yacht. What?
What? You'd have a fucking iPod or something.
It was the symbolism.
Oh my God, I couldn't.
It all. The symbolism.
Exactly, she took everything.
So the wife goes downstairs. Oh, I'm gonna
go take a bath. Oh, have the servants drop for you. No, it's fine. I'll do it myself.
So she gets downstairs, and of course you know Taraji's gonna be on this boat. Like you just.
We never got to see her get on it. I really would have loved to see her on a jet ski.
Revenge. And she's got a knife in her teeth.
Yes!
I'm coming for you, bitch. That would have been so good.
Somehow she gets onto this boat, this yacht in the middle of who knows where.
He's lounging. We see a figure come towards him and caress his bicep. Yeah. And oh boy, is it Taraji P Henson in the wife's wedding dress. Taraji has a gun. Yes. She's holding Robert hostage. You've stolen my life. We have to be together. She shoots him in the stomach. And then all of the servants are like,
well, everyone's like, oh my God, what's going on? They all come out or whatever. And then she's like, nobody move. Jump overboard.
You better jump.
Jump off the boat! And so it cuts down to the wife downstairs, and you just start seeing people drop through the window. Drop. Oh, that's weird. What's going on out there? Plop. It's a person! Clearly something is wrong, bitch! The wife comes back upstairs. They're fighting, they're tussling on the edge of the boat, and Robert punches her, knocks her into the sea.
And she just goes, ah!
And you're like, that can't be it.
Well, sure.
I mean, you're just like, no. Like, something, I mean, I wanted a scene maybe of her just being like, boom, bump on the chain of the anchor. So he tells his new wife, get in the little dinghy speedboat and go find the crew in the middle of the ocean.
At night.
You clearly know how to do this. She goes off to find the missing crew, and he's sitting there, and of course you know Taraji's coming back, because of course she's coming back. So she's chasing him down with an axe, and you're like, fuck, yes, she better fucking kill him, because yes, this was all fucked.
Yeah.
You're both culpable. And she smacks him down. I thought she was gonna like straight up cut off his leg.
Oh, I thought she was just gonna like literally
Chop
axe
him into
his
pieces,
stomach.
just
like, oh, I shot you in the stomach, now ka-cha!
Cut off his dick so she can finally not be dickmatized anymore. Like that. Yeah. So she smacks him, he kicks the anchor release button, which seems like, is that a thing? I guess so.
Right on the ground? No, I don't think so.
And she's pulled under and drowned by her own bitterness.
And yet,
in the wedding dress,
the water is so shallow.
Well, she was lit from within, apparently. Like, they pull back, and it's just like a big white glowing blob, and you're like, well, I feel like you should... No, okay. It's great.
But also, like...
We only have one take. We shot this in 8 days. Symbolism really had to...
Yes.
You know.
Yes. They were acting like it was like, you know, she was the Hope Diamond, and it was the Titanic, and she was going to be lost to the ocean forever.
Lost at sea forever.
And it's like, no, you guys, she's tangled in this anchor cord, and you have to raise the anchor to get back.
To save him, because he is bleeding out currently. Yeah. Ooh, that would have been a good scene.
Her drowned, limp body coming through
in the wedding
anchor
dress.
hole.
Ugh. Yes.
And then just like his face, and you're like, yeah, you did this to her.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking right. I hope you bleed out, you bitch.
I wish he had died.
He didn't even lose his fucking leg.
I wish he had lost his foot.
Yeah. No, I wish he died. He should have definitely died.
He should have died. I thoroughly enjoyed watching this movie.
Oh, yes.
It was hilarious.
Yep.
It was terrible.
Yep.
And baffling.
Yeah.
Really baffling.
Really, really baffling.
It's fun.
Oh, yeah.
A fun time.
Definitely a fun time. Definitely a good wink possibility.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, just fill up, pop it on Redbox, and have yourself an entertaining night.
Oh, because, I mean, Taraji is fully killing it, by the way. We did not talk about how she's fully killing it the entire time.
Because it's a given, because she is Taraji P motherfucking Henson.
This movie is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
And she is great. That's all I'll say.
Of course.
Cheers to Taraji.
To Taraji.
And you are too big to have such a little dick.